People online are saying, I really want to use my own methods to solve the current situation, but why does it seem like this path just doesn't work?
With such high-intensity efforts to change user behavior, can users really stick around and settle in?
When it comes to these high-frequency but low-priced products, we realized at the time that online channels might not actually be the optimal choice. Especially as we move into lower-tier cities, the advantages of offline business models are becoming increasingly apparent. JD.com, Alibaba, right? At that time, it was a period of strong growth, and Jack Ma also introduced the concept of new retail. He talked about how, with online channels being so developed, we should think about how to empower or even transform offline business models. People online are saying, I really want to use my own methods to solve the current situation, but why does it seem like this path just doesn't work?
So we've been constantly asking ourselves this question: is the online solution better, or is the offline solution better? The thinking among people online is, if I invest heavily, I can change user behavior, and in the long run, my advantages will allow my business model to become profitable and earn a reasonable profit. Especially when it comes to fresh produce and particularly community group buying, can this kind of high-intensity investment really change user behavior? And will users actually stick around? We keep asking ourselves this question, and we believe that in the long run, from an offline perspective, high efficiency will definitely defeat low efficiency. Over an even longer time frame, these small shops and mom-and-pop stores may eventually be replaced by the community chain stores we've invested in with tens of thousands of locations. So at that point, how will your community group buying continue to rely on these small shops? So holding on to this belief, we think that it's not about online platforms taking the lead to run offline operations. On the contrary, offline companies should become more efficient, and at the same time, they can make use of all the advantageous online tools available today. They can also do in-store pickup, self-pickup, and O2O delivery, and this is exactly what's happening right now.
It's precisely because we saw earlier through platforms like JD.com what online platforms are better suited for. Just like you mentioned, online platforms are actually very suitable for leveraging their variety to sell mid to high priced, lower frequency products. Because at this point, users have a wide range of choices and can conveniently have things delivered to their homes. However, especially when it comes to essential goods for people's daily lives and the national economy, like food, daily meals, fresh produce, and those high frequency but low priced items that people buy regularly, we realized at the time that online might not actually be the optimal channel for these. Offline channels still have some irreplaceable advantages over online ones. When we walk into a store, we can explore and discover things for ourselves. I can imagine it now, walking into a snack busy store, for example, where there are so many different products. It feels like a mouse entering a rice jar, unlike online shopping where I know exactly what I want to search for, like a specific snack, chakia sunflower seeds, or a certain kind of nut. Here, as I walk through the store, I realize, wow, I haven't tried this or that, and I can sample a little bit of each one. In these scenarios, offline formats actually have a significant advantage over online ones. In terms of cost, efficiency, and user experience, the advantage is even overwhelming. Especially as we move into lower tier cities, the strengths of offline formats become increasingly apparent.